If you're wondering how much it costs to take care of a pool these days here in beautiful sunny Arizona, it's a must-have in my opinion, but if you're really curious of what it costs, we're gonna sit down in this video with Damien. He's gonna walk us through all of that. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back guys. We're here in today's video. We're talking about pool maintenance and repair, and we're here with Damien Ludwig from Foothills
Pool Care
and
Repair
in Ahwatukee, and we're just going to discuss some common questions that a lot of homeowners have if they're new to the home, if they're existing in the home, what to expect with pool maintenance and repair. So first question, or let's just dive right into a little bit of the history first. Like how long have you been doing this? I think you started pool maintenance when you were like 4 or something like that.
So my dad started the company in '94. I was 14, started working with him, worked with him for 10 years.
14.
Yeah, and then went in the Coast Guard for a few years, came back out in 2011 and started back up with this.
That's awesome. So you got the military background.
Yep, and right now we do 700 accounts in Ahwatukee a week, 5 commercial pools, and mostly everything's residential, but we do service, repair, equipment remodels, tile cleaning, pool draining, installations, saltwater conversions, anything that has to do with anything other than the surface or the tile of the pool.
Awesome. Yeah. So what are your different levels of maintenance that you guys usually recommend, or you guys do for each of your customers?
So again, I definitely highly recommend once a week. We used to offer bi-weekly, but the nature of our backyards has changed since COVID. A lot of people are using the backyard as a getaway. Yeah. They want to be in the backyard.
That's your square feet, really.
Yep. They're trying to utilize the space different. And so if you do like a bi-weekly service through the winter time, the pool stays dirty, and also issues can pop up in that time frame off. Yeah. I like to consider what we do not really pool cleaning, but more maintenance and service, where we're showing up and we're making sure that things are good. Things are working correctly. 14 days in between a visit is a lot, so going every 7 puts us in a position that we can check stuff out, make sure stuff's good every week, make sure the chemicals are good. If people are heating the pool and using it, then they can use it safely. A big thing for us is aquatic health and safety, so just making sure the water is safe for people. But we offer anything from just a chemical check once a week to standard service, which is sweeping, netting, equipment checks, chemical check and balancing, up to 2 to 3 times a week visits for much larger pools or people that use their pool year round.
I'm sure there's varying degrees of pool owners that you guys have as clients, I'm sure too. Some people are probably out there every half hour with their net.
Yep.
And then there's some that don't ever look at it.
Yes.
So.
I tell everyone that I go do service quote for that our job is to make it so you don't have to think about it. You can look at it, you can use it, you can forget about it. It doesn't make a difference. It's just going to do what it's supposed to do, and we'll keep tabs on it for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
no pun intended with the tabs, right?
Yeah, right.
What are the types of pools? I think maybe we should jump right into that. Since I'm in a community right now with a pool, and it's just taken care of.
Sure.
So I don't need to worry about any of that. I just am typical, you know, I want to get in the sun, I want to get a little bit of vitamin D. Yeah. I don't worry about any of the chemicals. I'm not quite sure of the salt and can you just kind of elaborate just the types of different pools there are?
Sure. So in Phoenix, in the Arizona area, we have 3 main types of pools as far as like what we use for sanitizer. We have pools that utilize chlorine tabs, which is a product called trichlor. And so it's like trichlor, calcium, acid, kind of all put together in a puck. And then that's
like a dishwasher type of thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. And it floats in the water and just melts because of the water temperature. Then we have pools that use liquid systems, right? Where a pump of some sort, whether it be timed or monitored, a peristaltic pump will put chlorine into the pool through the lines. Liquid chlorine is much better and safer than chlorine tabs. It's not trichlor, it's actual chlorine. And then the third that we have that's kind of the major one now, which is probably the healthiest version out there, the one that's best for kids, dogs, feels the nicest, is a saltwater system. Nice. Saltwater systems are you're using salt in the water and electricity in a cell to create chlorine gas. So you're getting periodic table chlorine gas mixed into the water. So you're making your own chlorine, and that's what sanitizes the pool.
So then the salt's the healthiest, or I mean,
Yeah, salt
Well,
is
healthiest maybe.
yeah.
What's the worst type of?
Chlorine tabs.
Okay.
Yeah. Chlorine tabs are absolutely the worst.
Awesome.
Worse for the people, worse for the pool, right? It can damage surfaces, and there's just not a lot of regulation for how the chlorine's distributed. It's just per the tabs melting via water temp, where you know, liquid systems and salt systems mechanically dose, right? So you can control it to exactly what you're looking for, and it's chlorine as a whole is like not trichlor, but just regular chlorine, liquid or salt, is much safer than trichlor.
Okay. So is there one that's more easily to maintain necessarily, or cost-wise?
It's a good question.
I mean, I suppose this is always a loaded question because everything always changes and varies.
Yep.
Depends on the size,
Chlorine,
and the season, and all that stuff.
Chlorine tabs used to be very expensive. It was kind of the very cheap, easy way to take care of the pool, but we did have...
Kind of how we used to pay for texting, and then now it's like...
Yeah.
or for phone minutes, and now it's like reversed.
Yep. The
supply and demand.
The bummer with tabs is we had a tab shortage, and with that they took the price, which has been about $85 for the last 20 years, and they pushed it up to about $185.
Well, that sounds familiar,
so,
doesn't it? With some of the other home prices or everything else.
So it became not effective to do it. There's the liquid systems and the saltwater systems are far better as far as like long term. You actually have ROIs on them versus what you'll have with like chlorine tabs. You're kind of just dumping crap in the water.
So that's another loaded question, but on a typical month, or like, there's always going to be some things that come up. Is there anything that would be the most expensive repair, or maybe the expected least expensive?
Yeah, I mean, you can go from simplistic maintenance like O-ring replacements or cleaner repairs or something like that, like, because every pool has a cleaner in it out here, whether it's pop-ups or a vacuum. But you can go from anything from there. You can go up to, you know, as far as functionality, the pump, the filter, those are your two main, like, those are the things that make the water clean. And so those are the things you 100% need. Everything else is kind of on the side, if you will. Lights are very, they burn out a lot. You're swapping out lights.
There's just so many steps involved. Because they got the inside of the pool too, and all the different tiles and the cleaning and...
Yep. Inside of the pool is the most expensive, but everything on the outside, you can go anywhere from a few $100s to a few thousand, depending on what you're having to purchase.
But would you compare it to maybe AC inside the house or something? Because that's some larger repairs when you own a home.
Sure.
Roof, AC, you know, like that sort of thing. Any type of plumbing or it's very similar. It's just something that was. If you don't own the pool, you don't necessarily worry about that. So.
Right. Actually, the hardest part about pools in general is the fact that it is the one thing that is the most necessary thing to be repaired when it breaks, because if it doesn't, it turns green and you start getting mosquitoes and stuff like that. You can get in trouble with the city. But the problem is it doesn't keep the house cool in the summer, and it doesn't keep the rain off your head. So it is the lowest repair item that there is. Arizona has a hard part with, or a hard time with the fact that the pool is a luxury item. For us, it's almost considered just like that thing in the backyard.
It's still luxury, but yet, I mean, if you own a home here and it's 90, 110 in the summer, it's certainly nice just to cool off. I'm not going to be swimming laps, but it's nice necessary in my eyes.
Yeah, and that's where we're in a weird spot, right? It's as important to repair as the roof, but it's also not technically needed. Like, you know, worst case scenario, you drain it.
So sometimes I joke that this home that we're all looking for is, well, if I don't have the pool, I might as well just remove the kitchen and take the pool instead if I have to choose one or the other. Right?
Sure.
It's that needed here in Arizona. What about warranty? We had discussed a little bit briefly before on this. As a new homeowner going into a home, you're usually getting a home warranty. And that usually, I believe, includes a lot of the pool types of things.
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons in your eyes in that?
Sure. Home warranties, you know, definitely on the pro. If you're kind of, you know, you get a more complex pool, you know, it's good to have something that someone might be able to fix for you on a little less. To be honest, I tell most of my customers avoid the home warranty. The warranty itself can bring more issues sometimes because People feel obligated to use it, and you're not really getting anything better for the system. If you had brand new equipment, you would have a manufacturer warranty, so you wouldn't need to worry about the home warranty. The home warranty tends to bring in the people to repair it that are just going to band-aid it, and then it ends up costing you more money over the longer period of time. And then half the time when our customers use home warranty, we end up replacing the part for them anyways. And they could have just saved a lot of time and heartache, especially through the middle of summer. Home warranty is not the fastest when it comes to fixing things.
Well, that's the other thing, probably, because if something breaks at a peak time, there's 100 other people probably in line.
Right. So. Yeah. So you want to, we set our customers up where it's like,
and then you're waiting 2 weeks in the prime of pool weather, probably, right?
Pool will turn green in about 2 to 3 days in the middle of summer, so it can get bad fast.
I think we've all seen pictures of that pool that's just really disgusting and green and things floating and growing in there that you don't really want. The floating
is not good.
Back to cost again, and we kind of covered some of this. Maybe I'm rehashing a little bit, but generally speaking, we have like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 2,000 square foot house, fairly typical size pool. What could that homeowner really expect? Well, assuming maybe that the inspection cleared and it all looks pretty good, they brought in a pool guy.
Sure.
A pool guy like yourself, call you the pool guy. And you guys come in, you check it out, and it looks pretty good. You have a couple recommendations, would probably be standard.
Yep.
Is there just a standard maintenance?
Most of the stuff just for standard maintenance, you could, depending on the company you're using, can go anywhere from, like right now, the range is huge. You can get anywhere from like $85 a month to $280 a month for standard pools. Right. It just really depends on what the company's doing. There's a lot of...
Or does it depend on the type of pool? Like
so it does. It will depend on the type of pool. It'll depend on the size of the pool. It'll depend on what's in the backyard. Is there trees? Is there...
Oh yeah, like if you have a tree that's hovering over the water.
Is there a dead golf course behind you? Right.
A bunch of squirrels in the marina.
Right. Also you factor in the different levels of care. Like our service, we provide email reports of with logs of what we did, pictures of the pool, stuff like that. The speed in which repairs can be done, right? When you're a single pole guy, which I have been, when you're
single pole guy.
Yeah, it's just you. Okay. You in a truck and one pole.
I like this. That's terminology for pools.
Yeah, so when it's just you and one pole, right? We call it a single pole guy. Those guys, they're really good. They're very most of the time customer focused oriented, and they handle the pools very, they learn the pool because they're the only ones doing it.
Right.
Problem is those guys could be in Ahwatukee on Monday, Scottsdale on Tuesday, and so if something breaks and they're not around and they can't carve out the time to fix it, then it puts you in a pretty rough position. There's anywhere from right now what I call like pool cleaners, which are guys that just like show up and just clean the pool, to companies
it's like
that
anything when they want to get it in and out, make a quick buck, maybe move on.
Yep, that's exactly what a single pole guy is concerned about time, right? So if you have like 4 trees that hang over your pool, unless he's brand new, he's probably not going to take your pool. Yeah. He's going to be like, nope, I'm going to spend too much time here. Like me, I have techs. My techs go out, they clean the pools. That's all they do. So I don't care how long they spend at someone's house. It's you clean the pool until you're done, and then you move on. Where, like I said, you're also going to get a tech, but then we also have more people to designate to repairs and stuff like that. So like I said, you can go anywhere from like $85 for something pretty inexpensive. What kind of chemicals are they using? Are they using granular shock, which is like granular chlorine, which is like basically tabs but crushed up? Are they using that for the water? Because all that stuff adds stuff to the water. So with the upcoming tier 1 water issue that we're about to come into.
Oh, yeah. So everyone talks about the water shortage.
Yep. And that's going to affect whether or not we can
Which seems to be in the news all the time, but we never really know what's happening.
Right.
It's like, are they just creating news, or is this actually it?
It's a little bit of both, I think. The biggest waste of water for us, or we'll say not waste, but the biggest use of water for us is agriculture. But, for us, you drain one pool, you pull 20,000 gallons of water out of something. That adds up over time.
So that's another thing to think, the water cost.
Yep.
And then I suppose heating the pool if you're heating it, but which we shouldn't need that often here, hopefully. But,
for heating,
yeah.
You'd be surprised. Most people heat the pool more often than they actually use it. In fact, they've even gotten to a point where, like, if the average homeowner that's been here for maybe 5 years, right, they probably use the pool like once or twice a year.
That's not me.
No, the bonuses stuff's come out now. Like, a lot of people will complain about how hot it is in August, right? The water. So they'll get, they make pool chillers now. The water's too cold in October or November, so they make heaters, and you can get in and heat the pool up to a temp and use it all year long. So there's a lot of stuff out there now that makes it much more usable for the long term. Probably the biggest thing with pools right now is just like technology, getting the pool up. Even the simplest pool can be put on like a phone application to run it, control lights, heat it, cool it.
So actually on that topic, do you recommend the homeowner to do any of their own checking, or like, what do you recommend for them to help the cleanliness of the pool and maintenance before you come out? So so it's pretty seamless.
Best thing to do and we send this out, we send emails out to our customers come monsoon season. Best thing to do is it's called the skimmer, or the index skimmer basket. It's the basket that sucks all the stuff up off the surface. The best, safest thing that anyone can do is just keep that basket empty. It's the least intrusive thing. You really can't cause any damage by doing this, but you can prevent damage. So like my house, my neighbor has 2 large ficus trees. They dump in my pool all day long.
It's just completely full.
And it's completely full, and I just dump the basket a couple times and it's good to go. But yeah, that's the safest thing and the easiest thing, and it does help a ton because it keeps water moving, and that's where
so that's good to know.
What happens is, baskets get full, water stops moving, things turn green. So
it's very much like our bodies, like we get backed up, or something, we get the kidney or a bladder or something. But that's what I think of right away. So things get backed up. We don't want that, right? So,
no.
Well, this is very helpful. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of information on what to expect going into the pool if it's new for you. But if you have any questions, we're going to link the Foothills information, the phone number, website, all that sort of thing. What's the best route? Go out to the website maybe, and there's a phone number on there.
There's a phone number through there. There's actually, you can contact us through the website, or just call in, and someone's always answering the phones 9 to 5. So
as we can see here, we're in the office, and it's a lot of hustle and bustle in here. So things are happening. Pools are being cleaned as we speak. So awesome. Appreciate your time, Damien.
Thank you.